Hello, I'm Christy Johns from Australian Online News. In a good sign for New Zealand's tourism market, the Hyatt has just opened a brand new hotel in Auckland. And joining us today is its star pastry chef, Callum Liddicoat. Callum, it's been a long time since we've seen our Kiwi friends. How are you all coping across the ditch?
Yeah, hi Christy. Across the ditch, we're doing quite well actually. Like everyone, a little bit hard at the start of the year, but now that we're coming to the end of 2020, we see a little bit of light, and we're looking forward to getting into 2021 really.
Yeah, and it's an interesting time to open a hotel. How has COVID impacted business there?
Look, obviously I started a year ago with the hotel, and we were meant to open at the start of the year. Obviously, COVID put a little dent in that. And most of our, guests would have been 80% international. We've had to flip that, and really it's 100% domestic. But we have been lucky enough to have Aucklanders on our side. And to be quite honest with you, on the weekends, you can't book a room. The food and beverage outlets are fully booked. Afternoon tea on a Saturday and Sunday in the living room is fully packed with, guests enjoying champagne and afternoon tea. So, from our side, it's been great.
Do you have many restrictions there at the moment?
No, not at all. So we've just gone to level 1, which means we are now without restrictions. So yeah, it's like nothing ever happened.
There's good signs of recovery around with New Zealanders able to come over to some parts of Australia this Friday, but when are you going to let us in?
Oh, look, as an Australian, I would love to, come back to Australia soon. Obviously, Queensland's a little bit harder to get into. And, vice versa. I know all my friends and family are keen to get over here, not only to see me, but to see the hotel and New Zealand. So, fingers crossed, it's soon.
Yeah, you grew up on the Gold Coast, didn't you? So how has your journey been to find yourself now in New Zealand?
Yeah, born and bred Gold Coaster. 20 years ago, started my career at Conrad Jupiter's on the Gold Coast. And just, 3 years after starting my apprenticeship, I just took off, said goodbye to mum and dad and, headed for Melbourne. And then from there, just got the travel bug, the itchy feet, and from there have traveled for the last, 17 years, in and out of Australia. But, I've hit London and Fiji and the Maldives and, been on a cruise ship through Alaska and Hawaii and Mexico. So, now Auckland does feel like home a little bit, if I can say that. I really enjoy it here. I've been here for 4 years now. Without COVID, it was easily to fly across the ditch to see family and friends. But, for the better part of it, it's really enjoyable here.
Some amazing places you've been, the Maldives and cruise ships. What's been the highlight?
Personally, it's been a journey of discovery for myself, and just, meeting awesome friends along the way, being able to, go to destinations that I probably would never have picked to go on a holiday, i.e. Alaska on a cruise ship. I would tell anybody to go there. The scenery is fantastic. The people are amazing. And yeah, that's pretty much it. From a professional point of view, I just guess it's just, I've made my way around the world working with some amazing chefs, and now, being an executive pastry chef myself, I kind of feel, it's my time to give back to the industry that's given me so much. So, teaching the young kids coming through is the journey that I'm taking now.
And your creations are amazing. Where do you get your inspiration from? I understand you were from quite a creative family as well.
Yeah, look, I was brought up in a family full of dressmakers and florists, so we've always had that creative aspect. But I guess for me, it's creativity sometimes isn't with you all the time, and when it's not, you can fall in a hole a little bit. But you just have to walk outside and look at architecture, look at fashion, just look at the way people interact as well. You find inspiration. Social media is a big platform these days, obviously following people and fellow pastry chefs that around the world you get inspiration from. But really, this thing here, it can be crazy sometimes, and it can definitely shoot you some crazy ideas. So it's all about just writing them down and going back to your little black book at the end of the day.
Have you had any issues with getting your produce because of COVID?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, New Zealand is a lot like Australia these days. A lot of produce is being grown domestically, and Onimata and Park Hyatt is all about using local ingredients. But there's not everything is grown in New Zealand. But at the moment, we can't get melons out of Australia just because of MPI has a restriction on that. But at the end of the day, we're all in this together, and we just have to work our way around it. And the good thing is guests are understanding.
And what's your favourite dessert that you make?
This question always gets me. Right now, it's probably the new strawberry dish on the menu, obviously because it's new and we've just come up with it. But flavour-wise, just anything, citrus, fruit. I mean, it's my favourite season soon, summer. Where we have every bit of stone fruit and berry coming into it. But I flick through my Instagram sometimes and I have my favorite, but then I'll see something else and it's like, no, that's my favorite. So right now, let's stick with the berry.
Yeah, depends on the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
So time to spruik the hotel. What is on the menu there? And tell me a bit about the hotel before we head off.
Yeah, so I look after all aspects of the pastry here in the hotel. So, Onimata, our signature restaurant, which means rich, fertile soil. The berry dish is there. There's a tropical dish, a take on a wee spa that the Kiwis don't know, but the Aussies will know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yum.
I use a local guy that's bringing 7 beans from cacao beans from around the world. He's milling the chocolate here himself. So I have 2 amazing chocolate dishes on the menu there. Afternoon tea is seasonal. I do have a signature lamington in the hotel. Again, it's a little joke being an Australian and me trying to say the lamington's ours. So, it's a little joke that I do tell the guests in-house. And then I've got the pantry where all my specialty cakes are as well. So, I've got an array of cakes there that any which day is a favourite again.
Well, that all sounds amazing, and hopefully we can get across to Auckland and check out the Hyatt, and especially that berry dish soon when things open up a bit more.
Absolutely. We look forward to welcoming you here soon.